We can allow that the planets move in accordance with natural laws, but the smallest insect must be created separately by a special act. Charles Darwin. We can accept that planets obey the laws of physics, but when it comes to a tiny creature, like the insect crawling on a petal, we still long to believe it is the result of a miracle. Why? Perhaps because life, so complex, vivid, and near, feels too sacred to be coldly mechanistic. And so, in 1831, a young man named Charles Darwin boarded a small ship named HMS Beagle, carrying with him a simple but revolutionary question. Could life be explained without invoking miracles? In 1831, at just 22 years old, Charles Darwin lived in a world shaped by discovery and scientific revolution. The HMS Beagle, originally a humble survey ship, was preparing for a global expedition, its main goal, to chart the coasts of South America. But Captain Fitzroy, a man who believed that a journey should nourish both science and spirit, invited Darwin to join as the expedition's naturalist. Darwin was not the first choice. He nearly didn't go, but destiny intervened. On December 27, 1831, the Beagle set sail from Plymouth, carrying a young man. The HMS Beagle crossed the Atlantic, sailing south along the coast of Brazil. In the rainforests and mountains of South America, Darwin began collecting fossils, shells, insects, and notes that would one day spark a revolution. In Patagonia, he saw giant fossils beside tiny living relatives, clues of transformation over time. In Tierra del Fuego, he witnessed the richness of human culture and variation. Then came the Galapagos Islands, where each island had its own unique birds. Here, Darwin began to question, was life truly unchanging? The Beagle continued its global journey, past Tahiti to New Zealand and the coast of Australia, then around the Cape of Good Hope and back to England. Each stop was a dash, a new question, a piece of the puzzle we now call evolution. When Darwin returned to England in 1836, he published nothing. No headlines, no revolutionary claims, just a young naturalist and a notebook full of observations. Notes on giant fossil bones found beside modern sloths. Notes on Galapagos finches, each island with a different beak. He began to wonder, were species not fixed as once believed? Darwin took his time. He spent years studying, reflecting, and reading the works of others like Malthus and Lyell. The idea of natural selection began to take shape, and Newton emerges gradually. After years of observation and reflection, Darwin uncovered the secret of life's diversity and transformation. His theory rested on two core principles. Variation. No two individuals are exactly the same. Each organism carries small, random differences. Natural selection. In the struggle for survival, those with helpful variations live longer and pass on their traits. No intelligent design needed. No miracle or divine intervention. Just time, chance variation, and nature's unyielding filter. In 1859, Darwin published On the Origin of Species. It wasn't just a biology book, it was a revolution in how humanity saw itself. If we evolved by the same laws that shape all life, then we are part of nature, not above it. Evolution became the foundation of modern biology and genetics. It showed that life isn't fixed but constantly adapting. There is no grand goal, only survival, change, and resilience. The theory of evolution wasn't accepted immediately. At first, many doubted, how could small and gradual changes create such vast diversity of life? But Darwin didn't make vague claims. He provided hundreds of examples from geology, biology, and anatomy, all pointing to the same conclusion. Natural selection drives life forward. When genetics emerged in the early 20th century, Mendel's laws filled in the missing piece, how variation is passed through generations. Gradually, evolution became the backbone of modern biology, and philosophy joined the conversation. Immanuel Kant once said, "Newton explained the motion of the planets, but no one has yet explained a single blade of grass." That seemingly simple question was answered by Darwin. Spinoza wrote, "Nature does nothing for a purpose. All movement is the necessary result of its internal laws." Darwin showed that nature runs on its own, quietly, profoundly, without the need for metaphysical speculation. Is the theory of evolution a natural law? It isn't like Newton's laws, precise and mathematical. Evolution has no fixed formula. It is a blend of random variation and systematic selection. Life changes, not because it must reach a goal, but because the environment around it keeps changing. After Darwin, a monk named Gregor Mendel discovered the rules of heredity. Traits do not disappear in chaos. They are coded, inherited, and changed across generations. Mendel gave Darwin what was missing, an explanation for how variation is passed on. Today, when we combine genetics, molecular biology, and evolution, we no longer see just a theory, but a deep operating structure of life. A law, not rigid, but alive. Evolution is not a miracle. It is not fate. It is life, adapting.